ensure that we do not push out of Atlanta the very people that built Atlanta. Thank you.
So on the issue of affordable housing, we have to realize before we look at the growth, we have to look at the population that's already here. So the problem in that we have so much less housing that we need can be easily solved by redirecting the housing authority to build much more housing stock. But not just that, to also build neighborhood amenities like grocery stores and community centers to create neighborhoods and communities with economy and opportunity. The next step is to rehaul overly archaic policies like zoning policy and the parking policy to prevent the suburban growth that is allowed to happen in town. So I would reduce the cost of rental units and homeowner units from both the developer side and the resident side. So from the developer side, I'd encourage development of multiplexes, tiny homes, and modular homes to lower the construction costs, and also flip the parking minimums and make them parking maximums so that developers aren't forced to build a certain amount of parking and they can instead use that space to build housing. The next thing is from the owner's side or the renter's side to reduce the cost of living by providing access to transit, access to grocery stores, and access to schools too. Schools can also be built in the neighborhood instead of having people needing to drive their kids to school all the time. Then they can't drive theirs. Then if you need to go to school after school or other activities, you need someone to drive them, and that's contributing to the equity issue. So if you build schools in the neighborhood, then people can walk or bike to school, and then they wouldn't be required to drive. So having a neighborhood that facilitates all the parts of life would be the result of this whole comprehensive affordable housing in all of Atlanta.
Nearly 100 years ago, my great-grandparents settled in the Vine City English Avenue area, along with several other extended family members. In the